Good morning. I'm Tim Daly, Timdaley. I'm the historian for the USS Cleveland Legacy Foundation. The USS Cleveland Legacy Foundation was founded in 2018 at the time of the announcement that a new USS Cleveland ship would be created for the U.S. Navy by then Undersecretary of the Navy Thomas Modly. The foundation was created with 3 phases intended for its mission. The first phase was to assist and prepare the ship for its formal commissioning, which has occurred in this past May of 2024. Phase 2 and Phase 3 are unique because most of these organizations shut down at the time of the commissioning. Phase 2 deals with sailor support, and we will continue to support the sailors and their families' needs during the estimated 20-year lifespan of the ship. Phase 3, which I am involved in as the historian, deals with our long-term desire of bringing the ship back as a museum once the ship is decommissioned from the Navy. Phase 3 will be worked on simultaneously with Phase 2. One of the great things that happened during the formal commissioning of the USS Cleveland in May of this past year, we had the opportunity to bring all 3 bells of the ship physically together in the city of Cleveland. This historic event allowed us to show a physical manifestation of the timeline of the over 100 years of naval service of the USS Cleveland within the U.S. Navy. So during commissioning week, which occurred from the 9th of May through the 16th of May, we were able to partner with the U.S. Navy's Naval Heritage and History Command out of Washington, D.C., and bring in the bell from the USS Cleveland LPD-7, which was the 3rd USS Cleveland in the history. So let's step back a little bit and talk about the 3 ships. The first ship was USS Cleveland CL-19. It was commissioned in 1903 and saw service in World War I. The second ship was the USS Cleveland CL-55, which saw service in World War II. And the third ship was LPD-7, which saw service in Vietnam and would go on to serve over 40 years, finally being decommissioned in 2011. Unfortunately, it was finally sunk in 2024 as part of a naval training mission, and so unfortunately none of our 3 prior ships still exist in a physical form today. Before this historic week, several years ago, then Safety Commissioner of the City of Cleveland, Marty Flask, who is a veteran, worked with the Naval Heritage Command to create a long-term loan agreement to bring in the bells from the CL-19 and the CL-55 from Naval Heritage Command to the City of Cleveland. And for the last several years, those 2 bells have resided at the rotunda of Cleveland City Hall. During the commissioning week, we worked with the Naval Heritage Command to create a supplemental loan agreement to bring in the bell from LPD-7. So during this historic period, all 3 bells of the 3 prior ships were physically in the city of Cleveland. The ship's bell was received on Wednesday of commissioning week, and we put it on display at our Heritage tent, which was located in the commissioning village next to this ship during commissioning week. On Wednesday and Thursday, we had several visitors being able to visit the bell of LPD-7. We were fortunate that we had approximately 7 veterans of the LPD-7 who were able to come and actually view their bell, and we were able to take historical photographs with them and their bells. Then after the commissioning week, we took the opportunity to physically take the LPD-7 bell to City Hall, where we were given the opportunity to display all 3 bells together in a historic photo opportunity, so that we could have that record for our records before we had to return that bell back to Naval Heritage Command. Some people will ask what is going to happen to the bells. So currently the bells of the CL-19 and CL-55, our World War I and World War II ships, will continue to remain on loan at Cleveland City Hall. The bell from LPD-7 needs to go back to the Naval Heritage Command, because it is important that they always maintain at least one artifact so that it's in proper storage. Should something happen to the other bells, they still have a historic record of these 3 bells. And so we are very fortunate to have had the opportunity to put all 3 bells together to show a physical manifestation of the over 100 years of naval service of the USS Cleveland in the U.S. Navy. And we look forward to several years of active service of the newest USS Cleveland LCS 31, and eventually bringing that bell back into the historic archives of the Naval Heritage Command.